Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here. And you are very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. I hit my face so hard again. It hurts. Never mind. If you're feeling charitable, please smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me at Twitter or on Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Movies TV Man. And welcome to Sunday's edition of the DCEU Daily. And today mostly is about the Joker's future within the DCEU. Rumours of the Joker being part of the Snyder Cut. Rumours of the Joker being in the Batman. But is it Jared Leto's Joker, or is it Joaquin Phoenix? You know, lots of rumours this morning here on the DCEU Daily exclusive here to Big Mouth. I've got a couple of unrelated Screen Rant articles where we'll be hearing from the new Alfred actor talking about what type of relationship Bruce Wayne and Alfred will have in Matt Reeves' The Batman. So first of all, I woke up this morning and people like Chris Wong Svensson from Ping Pong Flicks were talking about rumours about the Joker being in a nightmare sequence with Batman and Joker teaming up to, against Darkseid in this nightmare sequence. Now, as far as I know, and I don't know this for a fact, Zack hasn't posted anything about this. I don't know where this has come from, but hey, let's talk about it. I must say for about a year, just over a year now, I have been hearing these rumours about Jared Leto's Joker being in the Snyder Cut. Do I believe it? No. But, I'm not going to shoot it down. I'm just saying, at this moment in time, I haven't seen any kind of concrete evidence to tell me that Jared Leto's Joker is in the Snyder Cut, in Zack Snyder's Justice League. But nothing would make me more happier. Now, if you want to believe that, fill your boots. It's great. It's cool. It's just like what Subjective Review said on Twitter when I was reading, don't shoot people's ideas down. It's just a bit of fun. Let people put the tinfoil hat on. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? So, as I say, nothing more would excite me if Jared Leto's Joker was in the Snyder Cut, especially in a nightmare sequence teaming up with Batfleck. How amazing would that be? I would absolutely love that. I really, really would. And just to see Jared Leto being given that opportunity to shine, unlike, this theatrical cut of the Suicide Squad movie where we barely saw him. But when we did see him, although he was very different to any live-action interpretation of the Joker we have ever seen, I liked what I saw. He was definitely the new 52 Joker. I do personally like the new 52 Joker. I thought it was written very well, and I think we deserve to see more of him. I feel bad for Jared. He gave everything for that role, and he was robbed. So if, in fact, he is in Zack Snyder's Justice League, nothing would make me more happier. I was really disappointed we didn't see him in BVS. I think there was a platform for him to be in BVS, We see in the Batcave, we see the whole thing, with the ha-ha-ha thing on the Batsuit, or Robin's suit, should I say, because he killed Dick Grayson, according to Zack, right? So I think we should have seen him, at least for a cameo. It would have been a very interesting thing. Jared Leto just wasn't given the respect he deserved. You've cast a really great auteur actor, right? Someone that's really talented, a critically acclaimed actor for his performance in Mr. Nobody. If you haven't seen that film, keep on telling you guys to go and see it. It is amazing. You won't understand it, but it's awesome. So, if this is true, I would absolutely love Jared Leto's Joker to team up with Ben Affleck's Batman in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Right, rumour number 2. This is an interesting one. Someone has told me, and I'm not sure about this source to be honest, sorry if you're watching this, but you haven't really given me enough stuff that's ever come true, but we're going to go with it because it's really exciting. He's telling me he doesn't know which Joker, but the Joker will be in Matt Reeves' The Batman. So let's just put another hat on. Let's pretend this is a tinfoil Superman hat and not a blue thing with the S shield on, right? And let's just see what makes sense here. Let's just say one of the Jokers, either Joaquin Phoenix or Jared Leto, are going to be in Matt Reeves' The Batman. Or is it going to be a brand new actor? That as well would be very, very interesting to me. I think the Joker will be in this film. I suspect being played by a fresh actor. That's just the kind of feeling I have. But nothing would make me more happy. Just like with the Zack Snyder's Justice League and Jared Leto's Joker being in it, whether it's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker or Jared Leto's Joker, or hey, let's be ambitious. How about both? Joaquin Phoenix's one slips through the multiverse. Jared Leto's one's part of the DCEU already. And then, of course, this all depends whether the Batman actually is within the DCEU. I don't know the answer to that question. And a lot of people within the DCEU, and a lot of people who just talk about DC and films in general, are certain that the Batman is not part of the DCEU. I do not agree with that. I think it's definitely part of the DCEU, but I could be wrong. None of us know the truth. And I haven't got any sources to tell me any different about that. Matt Reeves has been very good about keeping things hush-hush. But my personal opinion is that, the Batman is part of the DCEU, and I think that's right and that's proper. Now, we are going to see the Batman well after Wonder Woman 1984. So, in fact, if there is a canon change within that film, whatever happens in the Batman will make more sense. Right now, we don't know what's going on with the DCEU. Is there a canon change in one of the cuts of Wonder Woman 84? Isn't there? Are they going to leave it to the Flash movie's Flashpoint? I don't have the answers to any of this. This is what makes the DCEU such an unknown quantity right now, and anything could happen. But you know what? Jared Leto's Joker in Justice League. Take my money now. Jared Leto's Joker or Joaquin Phoenix's Joker or a brand new actor playing the Joker in the Batman, take my money now for both. Right. Let's read a couple of Screen Rant articles, right? And where are we? Let's get through this because I've got a lot of things on my timeline. Right. So first we are going to be talking about Andy Serkis playing Alfred in The Batman. The Batman focuses on the connection between Alfred and Bruce. Andy Serkis, who plays Alfred Pennyworth in Matt Reeves' The Batman, says the film's exquisite story will focus on Alfred and Bruce's relationship. Now, that makes me really happy. I think that's brilliant. I think we got a little bit of that in Nolan's trilogy, and I liked it. And I think that comic book Alfred is a much more interesting character than we've ever seen in live action. Andy Serkis says the Batman will focus on the connection between Bruce Wayne and Alfred Pennyworth. Serkis is playing the legendary butler in Matt Reeves' upcoming DCEU reboot of the Batman. DCEU. You see? The Batman will reportedly explore the early days of the Dark Knight's career in Gotham. Robert Pattinson will inhabit the Caped Crusader as he deals with the handful of iconic villains. Reeves has also expressed an interest in exploring Batman's canonical mantle as the world's greatest detective. The Batman's titular character will be young but not inexperienced, bypassing yet still acknowledging the origin story we've seen and heard many times before. Rumour has it the film is adapting comic book storylines like The Long Halloween, which challenge Batman's intellect and morality. Little else is known about The Batman, set to release late next year, as filming has been suspended due to COVID-19. While remaining elusive, Serkis recently talked to Lad Bible about The Batman. Serkis confirmed the film is likely to be as dark and complex as fans expect. Also, when asked about his role as Alfred, Serkis acknowledged the great actors who have played the character prior. He called Michael Caine's irritation legendary and expressed a desire not to mimic but to create his own iconic version. This will be necessary as a pivotal aspect of the movie's plot. We'll focus on the relationship between Bruce and Alfred. It's very much about the emotional connection between Alfred and Bruce, revealed Serkis. That's really at the centre of it, and it is a really exquisite script that Matt has written. I'm not surprised. The man's a genius. Playing Alfred on the big screen, Serkis follows in the footsteps of cinema greats like Michael Caine, like Michael Gough, Michael Caine, and Jeremy Irons. The 56-year-old Serkis is significantly younger than those actors were when they played the part, but that makes sense considering the Batman's early years narrative. This might allow the Batman to utilise Alfred's background in the military and British Secret Service. God, I hope so. Actively participating in the Batman in plot's more physical aspects. Fans of Batman possess a profound amount of love and respect for his butler. So the more screen time, the better. I couldn't agree more. There is no Batman without Alfred Pennyworth. Following the murder of Thomas and Martha Wayne, Alfred becomes Bruce's legal guardian. The beloved butler is the vigilante's best friend and surrogate father figure. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy did an acclaimed job of balancing Alfred's role of housekeeper and confidant. Some would say Caine is the heart of those films. It would appear that Reeves and Serkis aim to take the emotional resonance of Bruce and Alfred's relationship a step further. If the Batman turns out as dark as everyone says, then Kate Crusader will need the moral support. Yeah, really good article there, by the way. Yes, I agree. I mean, when I heard Andy was cast as Alfred, I was extremely, utterly excited. You know, Andy Serkis is a multi-talented guy. British, of course, trained at the Royal Academy of Film. Went to RADA like a lot of us. Just a really talented, this is the Premier League of the entertainment industry. And for Matt to be able to get him is a big, big deal for me. I mean, great director, great actor. The stop motion groundbreaking stuff he's done. Obviously, the Lord of the Rings and things like that. Amazing. That's when I first saw him. A really talented guy. So this isn't just going to be some old butler opening and shutting the door. Yes, Mr. Wayne. No, Mr. Wayne. This is going to be a brilliant caricature, and we need this. So this is going to be brilliant. I love Jeremy Irons as Alfred. I love Michael Caine and Michael Gough and the guy in the 1960s Batman TV series. But I think this will be something a lot more expansive. We're going to see Alfred like we've never seen him before, and I really, really can't wait for that. There's another Screen Rant article for you. Suicide Squad 2, every character returning in James Gunn's DC sequel. A new team of anti-heroes will start next year as the Suicide Squad, but they will be joined by returning characters from the previous film. Despite the departure of many of the members of the original team, some familiar faces will return in the Suicide Squad. James Gunn's upcoming 2021 film is his reinvention of the team of anti-heroes. After the first incarnation with 2016 Suicide Squad from director David Ayer, it will feature a swarm of new characters from all around the pages of DC Comics, played by the numerous big names like Doctor Who star Peter Capaldi, WWE legend John Cena, Firefly actor Nathan Fillion, which is great casting, and Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi. He's getting around, isn't he? He's a great actor. I keep on saying I loved him in Green Lantern. He might have been my highlight of the movie. Actually, Mark Strong as well was brilliant, weren't he? As Sinestro. Bloody hell. I do like that movie. I'm sorry, but I do. The first Suicide Squad had a very mixed reception, with most criticism aimed at its choppy editing and drastic tonal shifts, resulting from significant late-in-production reshoots to make it more in line. With some of the movie's poppy trailers, this plus the shake-ups to the original DCEU plans, a divergence from Jared Leto's version of the Joker, and the exit of several key figures like original Justice League director Zack Snyder and Batman actor-director Ben Affleck, pushed Warner Brothers to take a less strict approach to the DCEU canon, allowing the Suicide Squad to break away from the first movie and take another shot at the title while keeping its strongest elements, including a handful of standout characters. James Gunn revealed the cast of the Suicide Squad on social media back in September 2019, with a list of actors and a warning not to get too attached to them, though not all of them have been linked to a confirmed character in the film. While it's not completely certain how they will handle a rearrangement of the squad in story, some members of the original team are confirmed to make an anti-heroic comeback due to their positive reception in the first installment. Here's a rundown of the Suicide Squad's characters returning for the sequel. I think this is quite important to read out, actually. Needless to say, the beloved Maiden of Mischief will be back as the face of the team after a crowd-pleasing appearance in Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, if you say so. But she was great in Suicide Squad. Ever since her debut in the first Suicide Squad, Margot Robbie's outstanding portrayal of Harley Quinn has been regarded as one of the strongest aspects of the entire DCEU, and even as one of the most faithful cinematic adaptations of a comic book character. Her wicked sense of humour and her unfiltered joy steals the spotlight in every scene she's in, hence her imminent return to the sequel. Harley Quinn is first introduced as an inmate in Suicide Squad, locked in a literal cage after being captured by Batman in a car chase where the Joker escapes. She then joins the titular team in order to fight Enchantress Cara Delevingne and her brother Incubus, Alan Chanoy, I can't say that name, in order to get her freedom back, but is only given 10 years off her sentence and an espresso machine for her cell. As is typical for the clown couple, Joker comes to her rescue and they flee from prison. In the 2020 team-up film Birds of Prey, Harley has broken up with the Joker and joins an all-female gang of anti-heroes with the goal of protecting the young Cassandra Cain, Ella J. Basco, who was really good in Birds of Prey, by the way, and herself from Gotham's criminals. After brutally defeating Black Mask, Ewan McGregor, she drives away with her hyena Bruce and Cassie. One of the first details to come out about the production of the Suicide Squad was the involvement of Margot Robbie as the main returning lead. It's safe to say that her role in the sequel will have a big impact on the future of the Suicide Squad title and the DCEU as a whole, besides expanding her character beyond her already well-known backstory and relationship with the Joker. Right, before I read on, the next one they're going to talk about is Captain Boomerang. By the way, I loved Jay as Captain Boomerang in the first Suicide Squad film. Right. James Gunn is doing a redo of Harley Quinn. James wasn't overly impressed with Birds of Prey. He would never say that publicly, but he wasn't. Walter Hamada was very disappointed as well. He had very little control on what was going on because he trusted Margot. He trusted Kathy Yan, and it went wrong, and he had to bring his own people in to fix it, to make it at least presentable. So, not much damage was done with Birds of Prey. You can watch it and enjoy it slightly, but there will be an aim. The Suicide Squad is now James Gunn's baby. He'll be back to be making more and even doing standalone movies for these characters as well. So I'm excited by James' involvement, and I'm excited with what he says he's got planned for Harley as well. So really happy that Jay Courtney's back as Captain Boomerang. Before the first Suicide Squad came out, Jay Courtney's casting as Digger Harkness, Captain Boomerang, awakened some doubts among the fans. Yeah, me as well. Sorry, Jay. Courtney's previous record of lukewarm performances of major characters in movies like 2015's Terminator Genesis, where he played a young version of Kyle Reese, and A Good Day to Die Hard as John McClane's son, made him an objectionable choice. Yeah, I did judge him on past performances, and I think that's wrong. But we do. This is what fans do, isn't it? For an adaptation of a comic book character. However, his portrayal of the erratic Flash villain in Suicide Squad was so delightfully fun that the audience immediately became attached to him and his charming backstabbing tendencies. I must admit, David Ayer, Jay did a great job with this character. I can't wait to see more of him. And just imagine James Gunn's going to be doing him this time. Not doing him, sorry, but, creatively writing him and directing him. So I'm really looking forward. Captain Boomerang is first introduced as a criminal with multiple counts of robbery and burglary to his name. He ends up joining the squad after being captured by the Flash, Ezra Miller, while trying to betray his accomplices in the middle of a diamond heist, always caring a little about anyone other than himself. He tricks Slipknot, Adam Beach, into getting his neck bomb detonated to confirm that they're really forced to avoid any escape attempt. By the end of the movie, he has acquired a slightly increased sense of camaraderie and has resumed his reduced sentence in Belle Reve prison. Birds of Prey threw a brief reference to Boomerang's current whereabouts when Harley Quinn comes across a wanted poster with his picture on it and stops to point out that she knows him. Clearly the villain found a way to break out of jail and earn the attention of the authorities once again, prompting his appearance in the Suicide Squad. Actor Jay Courtney teased his return as Captain Boomerang the same month that the film started production, but the scope of his role in the sequel is still uncertain, as with many of his fellow 23 cast members. Basically, front and centre. Front and centre. And I can guarantee you the characters from the first movie I'm pretty sure are not going to be killed off. It's the new characters, a lot of them. But I do hope King Shark survives, I really do. Amanda Waller. By the way, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, I won't hear anything said about her. She was freaking amazing. And I was concerned she wouldn't be back. She'd been disappointed with how it was all handled the first time along. But so glad Viola decided to come back. Amanda Waller. In 2016 Suicide Squad, Amanda Waller, Viola Davis, stood out as the most powerful character in the film. Without a single superpower or metahuman ability, she was able to control every member of the squad. With the push of a button, her determination and manipulation skills let her execute her initiative to gather the most dangerous team of anti-heroes as an emergency defense against otherworldly threats. Although it's preciously this plan that goes awry and puts the fate of the Earth in jeopardy, Waller still ends up as a figure of great influence to metahumans at the end of the movie. And we find out in the post-credit scene, of course, she knows Bruce Wayne's Batman, which I think's interesting, and I don't know how they're going to handle it in the future with Ben now gone. Interesting. Is Pattinson Batfleck? Who knows? I think there's still a chance. So basically, that's brilliant. Sorry, I lost my way here. Following Margot Robbie and Jay Courtney, the third cast member to be confirmed for a return in the Suicide Squad was Viola Davis. Her reprisal of the character makes the most sense, since the role of Amanda Waller is, as many fans like to compare it, the equivalent to Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson in Avengers. Yes, they need to utilise this brilliant actor and this brilliant character throughout the DCEU, and I hope that's the plan now. They both come up with the unpopular plan to assemble a squad of unpredictable heroes, but one that will put their past and their differences aside to fight bigger threats at all costs. Portrayed by the 2014 RoboCop remake star Joel Kinnaman, Rick Flagg led the team on the field in Suicide Squad. His motivation to help the team succeed in their fight against Enchantress is to recover the mystical creature's alter ego, Dr. June Moon, whom he loves. Manipulated by Amanda Waller, Colonel Flagg starts the mission as a tough but apprehensive soldier and haunted by the decision to detonate Slipknot's bomb on his first attempt to escape. It's not until Waller's apparent death and Enchantress's loss of control that Flagg opens up to the squad and joins them with a full intent to help them complete the mission and come out unscathed. The team fights encumbers Enchantress until it's up to Flagg to crush her heart and finally get Moon back. In May 2019, Kinnaman confirmed his return as Rick Flagg for the Suicide Squad with an Instagram photo in which he teased his training for the movie, making him the fourth and final cast member from Suicide Squad to confirm a comeback for the sequel, with June Moon alive and well after the events of the previous film, and Cara Delevingne's, I can't say her name, notable absence from James Gunn's cast list. That was always going to be the way. She's not really an actor. She's a model. She's a proficient model. But she's not an actor, and they really shouldn't have put her in such a responsible role as the villain. They gave her a dual identity in that film. You know, I'm sorry, I love Cara. I really do have a lot of time for Cara, but it was the wrong piece of casting there. So, notable absence from James Gunn's cast list. His motivation to be part of the unstable team of criminals becomes a very intriguing question. Although as a member of the Argus under Amanda Waller, he's probably just following orders. I think they're going to recast June. I really do. So look out for that. I don't know who they've actually cast in the film. Wouldn't surprise me at all. What if he's cast Karen Gillan as the character? Who knows? Who knows? A surprise could be coming up. We shall see next year. The Suicide Squad wrapped up filming at the end of February this year and will undoubtedly bring plenty of surprises to the fans of the first film. A Joker cameo in the style of Birds of Prey, or even a brief appearance by a Justice League hero, that would be awesome. I think that's a possibility, by the way. We could talk about that tomorrow. I'm not completely off the table, but the return of Suicide Squad characters like El Diablo, Jay Hernandez, and Killer Croc, as well as Ikinori, I'm crucifying your names, is unfortunately less likely. Yeah, probably not going to happen, which is a shame. The positive side to their exits from the team is the opportunity to let new characters like King Shark, Steve Agee. I mean, come on, King Shark! on a live-action DCEU movie. Do you remember when I broke this to you, how excited I was? I haven't lost any of that anticipation or excitement. And Polka Dot Man David Dasmatlian, who's a brilliant actor, great character as well, to join Task Force X. So, brilliant article. I really enjoyed that. So, we know the original characters. Now, I'm happy they've survived and they're coming back. It is a shame about the others, but I think because he wanted to bring other people into the mix and maybe keep a couple of the new characters for his future vision of Suicide Squad, because it's all up to him now. I'm so happy that Gunn's involved with this. This is not a reboot. This is a re-establishing movie. It is a sequel, really. It is a sequel. I don't think they're going to reference so much the first film because of the divisiveness of it, a bit like BVS and the problems they've had, kind of how they were going to deal with that within the established canon of the DCEU. It's not a reboot. It's basically, they're bringing actors back from the first film. So it's not a reboot, but this will be totally James Gunn's vision. He's already said no one has messed with him. No one's told him not to do anything. It's been all his vision, because James Gunn doesn't do stuff if he's not going to be involved, you know, if he's not going to be involved with the creative decision making. So really, really excited for the Suicide Squad and the Batman. And I was excited to bring those Joker rumours to you. Look, Joker, one way or the other, has got a big future within the Black Label and the DCEU. Let's get COVID-19 out of the way. There's some exciting times. I hope you enjoyed this today, because this is what I want to do. Different to other DCEU YouTubers. I want to be expansive. I want to read out articles. I don't want to tell you to follow the link and read them yourself. I want us to read them together and then analyse them afterwards, like we've done today. Comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with more DCEU Daily. And who knows what news could be breaking then. Release the Snyder Cut. Release the Air Cut. See you tomorrow.